Okay, so for starters, I don't even know why this is a rule because it's like basic things that every single person should do throughout their daily lives, but here we are.
See ya!
What's going on, my fellow fuzzbutts? ZabuTheSergal here, and I'm back with another video just to educate my people. And today we are going to be talking about the 621 convention rule. And long story short, this rule is a basic guideline that everybody needs to follow whenever they are attending any given convention at any point in time. And the main reason why this thing is a thing is because whenever you go to a con, especially if this is like your first time going to a con, 9 times out of 10 you'll end up feeling this like overwhelming sense of adrenaline because you're all extra excited and you're just ready to tackle the con and meet as many people as you want to and go to all the panels and just do all the things. And while you're running on this adrenaline, you can forget to eat, forget to sleep, and just go as long as you can for the length of the convention. And this is not very good for your health because after that weekend is over, once you're on your way home, you'll start to feel the effects of what you did throughout that weekend, thus bringing us back to this 621 rule. And so we'll start with the 6, and the 6 stands for how much sleep minimum you should get during every night of the convention. 6 hours minimum. I guess the entire 621 rule is a minimum, but you know, people can kind of give or take a little bit. But yeah, 6 hours minimum is the amount of sleep that you should be getting every single night at the con, because recharging is a part of running that adrenaline high throughout the entire day. Now, whenever I go to cons, I usually get that full 8 hours of sleep because we usually hit the con floor up until about like at the latest 1 or 2 in the morning, and that's usually when we're starting to kind of taper off and starting to crash. So we usually sleep from like 1 or 2 a.m. all the way to like 9 to 10 a.m. So that's a pretty big chunk of sleep, and most conventions don't really pick back up until around 9 a.m. So even though we're sleeping that long, we're not really missing anything because that's like the amount of time that you should be sleeping at the con. Of course, some people sleep less because they're out doing God knows what, but 6 hours is the minimum. That's like just for your own safety. Next is the 2, and that's 2 meals a day. And I know whenever you're running on this adrenaline, you've got caffeine just injected into your bloodstream and you're just running rampant. But as I said in the beginning, doing that will, you'll reap what you sow once that weekend is over. So definitely try to eat something to sustain yourself. And it can be pizza, cheeseburgers, whatever you want to eat, just as long as it's an actual food. Just eating a pack of Skittles on a Red Bull, that's not really going to hold you over for very long. And as you start to taper off, that's going to make you crash even more because your body has nothing to burn off. So yeah, it's just gonna make you sleep a lot. You're just gonna feel like crap. So I mean, you can have a Red Bull if you want, just make sure that you're eating something along the way. And last but not least is the 1, and this is probably the most important rule. Well, like not the most important rule, but it's just as important as the other one, and that's at least 1 shower per day. Now, especially in our community, if you're a fursuiter, then you don't even have to be a fursuiter, but if you've been to a furry convention, you've probably come in contact with a fursuiter that may or may not have been the cleanest person. And usually if you can't smell them, then you can feel them. Because as we know, fursuiters, they sweat a lot, and if you're wearing a bodysuit, you can sweat to the point where your sweat will seep through the suit. And usually, you can kind of see whenever some suitors are kind of sweaty, but other times you don't, especially when somebody just kind of runs up to you and just gives you that great old big sweaty, just spongy hug. That just feels oh so very delicious, and the smell itself is also not that great. So definitely try to at least get that 1 shower in per day. And also take care of your fursuits. Make sure that your fursuits also get a nice good shower. I mean, you don't have to throw your entire suit into the bath whenever you're taking a shower or whatever, but just kind of, you know, wipe down the inside and the outside, just basic hygiene. That way your fursuit stays fresh and you stay fresh. But yeah, this is the 621 rule. If you plan on going to a convention, then please, 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 for your own safety, stick to this rule, because if you do, you'll probably have a much better time at the convention. Make sure you stick to this rule and you should have a grand old time at whatever convention you're going to, be it anime, furry, whatever. Any convention, stick to the 621 rule. I hope this video has been of great help to everybody that watched it, but as always, my name is ZabuTheSergal, and I'm out of here. Blah, 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 blah. As far as the 621 rule goes, I kinda, you know, stay on track with it because I like to eat like a lot, so whenever I'm at a convention, I'm still eating on the regular. I get my sleep, oh yeah, I sleep a lot. Like I say, we sleep, you know, 8-9 hours every night, and we still have enough time to do what we have to do throughout the con. And showers, yeah, I shower often. Like, I think I shower probably every day because I don't like feeling sweaty.